what surprised me the most about the whole process was how raw and vulnerable all 14 of us were and have been when we shared that journey, that personal journey, those personal highs and lows to get us from A to B. Success can look a million different ways and not just the one direction, the one spotlight on the one stage that so many people in our industry are told is where we are aiming for and where we need to be. Welcome to the Spotlight series, season 2 of the Showbiz Side Hustle Podcast, where each week we meet one of the brilliant co-authors and creatives behind Spotlight on Success, the Performerpreneur book that's redefining what success looks like both in and out of the showbiz spotlight. I'm your host here, Nicole Louise Geddes, and in these special episodes we learn even more about the stories behind the sequins, raw, honest, powerful reminders that the end of one act is only the beginning of another. So listen in as we chat challenges and triumphs and inspire you to shine in any spotlight you like. Hello listeners, and welcome to the season's final episode, the wrap up of the Spotlight on Success series. It's going to be an emotional one for me because I've had such a transformative journey working with the co-authors of the Spotlight on Success book, and this episode just brings it all together nicely to wish them luck and to move forward into 2026 with new ideas, new dreams, and new ways to support you the listener. But we'll touch on that at the end of this episode that is generally about gratitude and thanks. I want to acknowledge the journey that we've all been on. I want to say thank you. I want to celebrate and reflect. And I'm going to keep it short and sweet because it really is down to each individual. And I encourage you to go listen to their episodes and, of course, buy the book. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll see me holding up this masterpiece, When Passion Meets Purpose, Spotlight on Success. It has 14 incredible chapters spotlighting the journeys that these wonderful co-authors have been on from stage right through to page, with entrepreneurial pivots, with life pivots, with motherhood, with spotlights that they didn't even dream of. And so I encourage you to go and buy the book and read all of those chapters for yourself, because each individual is absolutely incredible and they all have something special to share and to tell. And I have had so much feedback, so many wonderful comments from listeners, from readers, from friends, family, and also from the friends and family and the peer groups of the co-authors themselves, just saying how incredible the read is and how important the read is for both people that have pivoted already, but equally those people that are considering a pivot or supporting children and peers in the industry and just want that little light and that hope that after the curtain closes on the showbiz dream, there are other spotlights to step into and other seasons that will be equally as incredible and uplifting for those involved. So as you can hear, I am fully thankful for these incredible people for stepping up, because let's be honest, when I first popped the idea out into the world, it was a dream. And for people to understand that dream and to say, hey, I get it, I'm coming with you on that journey, is incredibly special for me to know that there's other people in the industry that feel aligned with my message, which has always been that you are more than just a performer. There's other things that you can go and be and do and achieve. And this book is that collective conversation that is hopefully going to change the narrative in the industry, that success can look a million different ways and not just the one direction, the one spotlight on the one stage that so many people in our industry are told is where we are aiming for and where we need to be. I've also got to thank and draw attention to the 3 episodes in the podcast series that focus on our creative crew. Remember, every dream, every production, every thing needs a supporting cast and crew, and Louisa, Simon and Joe were those experts that helped us turn that dream into a reality with their expertise, from Louisa and her writing coaching, Simon and his design skills, and Joe with her publishing expertise. They helped us get our creativity out of our heads, our lives and our journeys and our stories onto paper, and then into the world to become a best-selling number one. Please don't forget, listeners, that Spotlight on Success was and is a best-selling Amazon number one. And the joy that brings me is incredible. And it's all thanks to these three experts that guided us so brilliantly to get that accolade and that spotlight that every person inside the book deserves. There's been some standout moments across the podcast. There's too many to mention. I mean, please do pick up the book and go and look and read and see who's inside and what their chapter titles are and how their journey will inspire and encourage you to keep going and to pivot and to step into new spotlights. I'm going to pick a couple off the top of my head. We've got Kirsty's injury that became her redirection. We've got Jessica's emotional revelation and reflection on loss. Victoria with her message about letting success evolve. Lucy's resilience as a mother and entrepreneur. And then Deirdre providing that unrealistic dreams that other people say are unrealistic can become extraordinary realities. So that's just a handful of some of the incredible stories. Let me just pick a couple of titles out as well there. Bunny the Divine, her title was You Are Allowed. Rebecca Griffiths, her title was Find Your Purpose. And else have we got? Michael French, I'm trained to stand confidently here. So you can get a really good idea of what these stories and these chapters and these journeys have been about. And I'd love you to go buy the book on Amazon and listen for free to all of the podcast episodes, which go a little bit deeper into those themes, into those journeys, into those transformations, into the courage that allowed these performers to marry their passion and their purpose together, to pivot with pride and to be able to shine a light on their new successes and their new spotlights. We have honestly had the best time as a collective, and I think they would all say the same, that the support that we gave each other, the group that we became, these powerhouses that just by going through this process had this like ultimate clarity and reinvention on the other side, with the reflection that we went through to just go, hell yes, these seasons, these spotlights have got me to where I am today, and I'm proud. I'm proud to have been there. I'm proud to have pivoted, and I'm proud to pursue other spotlights and directions and choices. And I think that's one of the big key messages throughout the whole book and the whole podcast series, that there is more to being a performer. There is so many other directions you could go, and each pivot, each evolution, each spotlight shifts, and you become a new, bigger, better version of yourself, thanks to all those past experiences, thanks to that tenacity as a performer, thanks to those foundational skills that can, listeners, they can absolutely transfer and push you into new, exciting and incredible spaces. And, you know, these things don't have to be all singing or dancing spotlights or spaces. Some of them are quiet. Some of them are personal. Some of them are, you know, different, but different is okay too. And as I said in my last episode, what surprised me the most about the whole process was how raw and vulnerable all 14 of us were and have been when we shared that journey, that personal journey, those personal highs and lows to get us from A to B. Because like I said in the last episode, and I'll repeat here, we weren't told at the beginning of the process how deep we had to go, how much we needed to show. We were talking about spotlights and successes in new spaces, in new versions of ourselves, about evolution. And we could have absolutely just written our highlight reel. That was absolutely going to be okay. And to be quite honest, it was what I expected most of us to do, but we didn't. Louisa took us on such a wonderful cathartic journey that every single author went deeper. They shared the highs and the lows. They shared the worries and the turmoil, and also the successes, the spotlights, the celebration, that all weave together because it's life, right? So that's my biggest surprise, and it's the bit that I think the readers and the listeners, I think that's what you absolutely need to know, that there is no highlight reel here. It's absolute true, bold and brave revelations, but all ultimately ending in those new, wonderfully aligned successes and spotlights. Since starting the series in July, yes, we've been going on that long. The book launched on July the 9th, and the series has been happening since then. Each week, meeting one of these fabulous co-authors, these past performers, and our creative crew and our team that helped us get us to number one. The series has grown, it's evolved. I have grown, and Performerpreneur has grown and evolved too. And that's the beauty of life. It's the beauty of anything, that evolution, that just feeling the flow and making sure that you are moving all the time and transitioning into the spaces and the person that you need to be. And in terms of Performerpreneur, it's grown and it's grown. We have now got a network of associates who are supporting the Performerpreneurs. We are looking at a second book or a second edition. We've got another podcast series happening. We now meet in person. So if you are sick of the online space, or you actually just want to, meet other performers that are pivoting or have pivoted or are still performing, or just generally want to be face to face, we meet every other month in London for what I have lovingly called the matinee mixer. We mix, we network, we eat, we drink, and then we go watch a West End show. Honestly, it's the best new thing that I've introduced to the Performerpreneur offering, and it's just a fabulous time and space. We've done a few now and they've all been absolutely super successful. So please do go check out all of the things, all of the ways that you can meet me, the co-authors, the network of associates. Please go check out www.performerpreneur.co.uk, because that's where you will find the matinee mixers, that's where you will find the retreats, that's where you will find free resources. You'll meet the associates. You can look and have a little nosy at the membership for the serious side hustles, and also a link to the free community. I'm all about community. What this book collaboration has proved to me is we absolutely should not be doing things alone. Bring people together, come together, support each other, share, get excited, bounce off each other's energy, be that in person, be that online, be that collaboratively, whatever that looks like. That's what I ask of you to consider for next year. And I think we have been doing that beautifully here. So I do want to say another thank you, and that's to you guys, the listeners, because you've been turning up weekly. I'm not a numbers person, but Tom, my podcast producer, tells me each week the numbers are going up. People are listening. They're listening to the whole episode. They're watching the whole of the episode and the conversation on YouTube. And so it's rippling. We are rippling. The conversation is rippling. The importance of the message is rippling. So thank you to you for tuning in weekly, for supporting me and the other Performerpreneurs, the co-authors, the creative team, for saying and showing your support by messaging, DM, reviewing, reflecting, but also by buying the book and supporting people with those fabulous comments on social media to say, I see you, I hear you, your journey has been incredible, I have been inspired, all of those things that we get private messages and DMs about all the time. And it's so exciting. We've also had some publications as well. So some of the gang have been in the press. Please do keep an eye out for that as well. And just share. Thank you for joining us on this journey. But please do continue to listen, to follow, to share, to be part of this incredible space that we have brought and created together at Performerpreneur. This is the second series, so please do go listen to the first series, which is all about starting your own showbiz side hustle, mindset, pivots, problems, things to consider, ways to work with people, all of those backbones of any business, of any pivots, of any big life change. And there's interviews in there as well. And then this second series where I've literally brought you people that have done incredible things, starting from the foundations of being a performer like you listening now. And what they have done is so diverse that there's not a chance in hell that you won't resonate with at least one of those stories. So please do listen into both series 1 and series 2, and keep an eye out for January, where we launch series 3. I'm going to be hush hush right now, and I'm not going to tell you what that's about or who it's going to feature, because all will be revealed. Today is just purely to say thank you for joining me on this journey with the second series, the Spotlight series, which focus on the co-authors of this fabulous book, Spotlight on Success. Let me just read out their names. We got Jessica Hill, Deirdre Cairns, Vicky Bai, Bunny the Divine, Rebecca Griffiths, Rebecca Bernice Amisha, Lucy Shrimpton, Keris Keneally, Michael French, Victoria Bremner, Kitty Campari, Kirsty Anderson, and Lucy Kate Daly. And they're myself as well. I have introed the book with my own story for you to dip in and read. And it's a collection of outstanding stories. So go buy the book on Amazon. Spotlight on Success. Like, subscribe, and review this podcast. We need your continued support for the message of hope to ripple through the industry, to show the pre-professionals what is possible, to show the professionals that are about to pivot what is possible, and to show those pivoters, those pivoted, those professionals that are now the other side of the stage door, that what they are aspiring to do and be is absolutely possible for them too. And then, as I said, go visit our website, performerpreneur.co.uk, for more support and join the free Facebook community. We are trying our hardest to revive that. This conversation that we are having about our industry is so niche. It's only really 100% understood by the people who have lived and breathed it. If you are a performer, past or present, you know the feelings, the fears, the conversations that you have with peers, with parents, those internal conversations that you have with yourself. You understand this more than anybody else. And so we are trying to have these conversations a little bit more privately inside this Facebook space, because they are raw, they're real, they're needed, they're absolutely needed. And some people aren't necessarily comfortable or confident enough to share in that conversation so publicly on some of the big social media platforms. So come on inside the secret Facebook community and listen and learn and share and be supported with your own pivots, your own questions, your own moment and crossroads, so that you can get and be to where you want to be. Please do finally share this podcast with other performers, share this space with other performers, share the book, share the group, share me with other people you think that need it. And if you're listening and you're not a performer, you're absolutely welcome into my world. You may have a sibling, a friend, a daughter or son that is in the industry, or you may just have a real kind of love for performing arts as a amateur. And so you will understand, and you should, and you can, and you will be loved and invited into this space. So don't disappear just because you're not working professionally. You're absolutely welcome here. Keep dreaming. I think that is the bit that I want to share with you again and again and again. Keep dreaming, keep being positive, keep pivoting, keep shining. Those spotlights, you will find them. They will be incredible. They will be different, but different is also good. And you can use your performer skills to transition into other spaces, other spotlights, and other versions of you. Keep evolving. If you would like to download my free Dream Big Performers That Pivot workbook, I'll pop that below in the show notes as well. So there's a lot of things and a lot of ways that you can get started. But right now, just remember that this podcast and these people are here. They have stepped forward to share their own personal journeys and experiences. And I know that each and every one will inspire you. So it's a great place to start. Buy the book, listen to the podcast, and then reach out for extra support from me or anybody in the book. Because actually, if you buy the book, they all have a QR code. Let me see if I can find one. They all have a QR code at the bottom of their chapter where you can get in touch with them, where you can lean in on their support or find out more about their businesses or their pivots or the things that they do love and want to share with the world. So please do go look at the book. And remember, you can get it really, really cheap as a download on your Kindle. So you don't even have to buy the paper book. You can get a $1.99 Kindle copy. So if you're just intrigued, then that's a great place and a great thing to do to get some of the support and the insight that I know will absolutely drive you. Ladies and gents listening, if you are listening to this podcast and these two series in order, week by week, you'll know we are at the end of November. I wish you a wonderful festive season. I hope that you have an incredible, lovely Christmas and a transition into the new year with power and purpose and pride. That's what we want. Just go into 2026 knowing that you have the skills to do and be anything that you wish and dream. And good luck with all your endeavors. Please do keep me posted. My inbox is always open, and I love to know what the Performerpreneur community are up to, be that performing, pivoting, creating businesses, side hustles, starting families. Like, where are you on your journey, and how can we celebrate you and support you? So for now, happy Christmas. Please do go and listen to any of the podcasts you've missed. Pop back in January and we will be here with season 3 and a little bit of an update in the next coming weeks of what that will be and who I will be introducing to you to support you on your pivot and your journey into 2026 and beyond. I can't wait to introduce your pivot support crew. Oh my goodness, I said it. A little insight into what's coming next. And I'll be back. Take care and Merry Christmas. Lots of love. There you have it. Thank you for joining us on today's episode of the Spotlight series, where stories shine and success gets redefined. If you loved what you heard, hit like, follow, or subscribe. And be sure to grab your copy of Spotlight on Success over on Amazon. And don't forget to tag us at Performerpreneur across all socials. If you've been inspired today to step into a new spotlight, you can find a whole community ready to support you at performerpreneur.co.uk, as well as up-and-coming events and even more about each author. Until next time, stay bold, stay brilliant, and continue to shine.